that we see this is going to probably be a much longer unemployment run that we're going to hit here, what should the government package look like in your mind?
Yeah, I agree with you about that, Chuck. Look, first of all, let me make a couple of overarching points. One, the 14.7%, as awful as it is really not understates the true unemployment. There's another 6 million people who left their jobs, who were laid off temporarily, or at least so they think, for 6 months. They don't count. There's 6 million who left the labor force. They don't count. If you put all those back into the job market, you get to more like 23%. So it's a huge number. Your poll a minute ago, you said 77% expect to be rehired. That means there's 23% who don't expect to be rehired. And that is a huge lingering unemployment problem. So we need to keep at it, as you suggest. We need to do, I think I would divide this into two parts. There's a rescue part and there's a rebuild part. The rescue part is getting money into the hands of both consumers and small business so that they can spend money, and that will become like a flywheel, hopefully, and generate more economic activity and help more of these small businesses survive. I think restaurants are almost a unique, or an unusual anyway, problem, because we're talking about limiting capacity to 25% or to 50%. Restaurants are a tough business under the best of circumstances. I don't think there are many restaurants in America that can make money at 25 or 50%. So I don't have a great solution to the restaurant problem. But for the rest of America, we need to get into a rebuilding phase. We need to do things like infrastructure, use money, invest money that will reap productivity rewards in the future. I think this whole situation has exposed the weaknesses of the Small Business Administration, which many of us have known for years as a weak agency. That should be beefed up and provide more help to small businesses to get back in business. There's a good list of things, but Congress, as you suggest, at the moment doesn't seem very motivated.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.